Good afternoon. I'm James from Vets Dream Pacific Northwest Fishing. I'm going to start a YouTube channel, or I've had a YouTube channel and I just posted pictures and videos of me and my friends fishing and taking out veterans. That's what I like to do. My boat's name is Vets Dream. I've taken out a bunch of veterans over the last few years. And what I've done is I've started making baits. Obviously, I kind of cut my teeth watching Chris and World's Worst Fishing and his videos and all the stuff he has done to make this community better. And then I've been doing it, like I said, about 5-6 years. Right before COVID started, I think is when I started making baits for the Pacific Northwest to go fishing. A company called Big Hammer. I love their baits, and I couldn't find them anymore. And for a while there, we just couldn't get them, and then we couldn't get like colors we wanted. So I reached out and found a mold that was similar but not the same, but we would cut the heads off of it and put our triangle lead weights on there and make do with what we got, right? And then along came Chris, started watching his videos, and I started getting into it and started just doing different things. Some freshwater guys reached out to me and they were like, hey, can you make me some worms? Some friends of mine. And I was like, yeah. And then slowly but surely, it's grown and grown and grown. And last year, I had a Air Force. I think she was a lieutenant or maybe a captain. I can't remember. She was on the boat. I had her on the boat. I take veterans out fishing. I take them for free. It's on my dime. I put all the gas in the boat. I bring all the bait. I bring food for them. Either I grill on the back of my boat or I just bring sandwiches and stuff. But I'm a retired Army first sergeant, and I love taking care of the guys and girls who are still serving and taking care of us. Plus, I take out old Vietnam vets. I haven't had the luxury of taking out a World War II vet. I will. I want to. I mean, they're far and few between now, so it's going to be very hard. But I've taken out Vietnam, and I've taken out Korean, taken out Desert Storm, Desert Shield, all branches of military service: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. I do have a Space Force guy that went too. So yeah, last year I had a Space Force. Anyways, getting sidetracked. So last year I had this female officer on board. And she was like, hey, I really want to buy your baits. And I was like, no, I just make them for me. And we go out, salmon fishing with them, or lingcod fishing, halibut, sea bass, stuff like that. And on this trip, we were salmon fishing. And I said, hey, I just really make them for me, but, feel free, take some, I don't mind. Here you go. If you have your own boat or you want to go with somebody else and you want to use them, go ahead. This was, trip's totally on me. I didn't think anything of it. About a week goes by. She reaches out to me again. She says, James, I was showing these to some guys, and they were like, hey, he should try to offset the cost for taking veterans fishing just by selling some of his baits. And I had a couple donations from them. They came over and they looked at all my glitters and all the stuff that I have, and they were like, hey, we want to just give you some money to contribute to this. Take 5-6 trips on us. And I was like, dude, that's 5 or 6 trips is a good amount of change. That was before the gas prices went up. But they were like, yeah, no, you're taking veterans out. We have no problem with that. So from that, I really started looking at it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And once I tried it, it was overcoming. I mean, it was so much that I literally had to stop and say, hey, I can't make anymore. I have a full-time job. I want to go fishing myself. And it got too big too fast where I wasn't ready. So I had to cut it off. And then I said, all right, we'll try this again, but we'll slow it down. I know that's kind of a weird problem to have, right? You're selling too much too fast, but it's one guy with a full-time job, a full-time family, running around doing stuff, going on vacations, and I just couldn't keep up with the order flow. I did not have any issues. I was able to provide everybody with the baits that they had requested and asked for, but I knew I could not keep that up. I knew I was not going to be able to do that. So yeah, I shut it down, and you know, and now I've done a bunch of fishing trips and done some stuff, and I'm still kind of selling here or there. But yeah, I turned it back on. I decided to go against some other people's advice, and I went and got my own custom bags because I was like, man, if I'm gonna do this, I want my own bags. I want them to look swoopy and represent me, and I didn't care about the cost. I know people are like, oh, that's so expensive, you get so many bags, but I didn't care about the cost. I was like, I just wanted to represent, you know, me. So, and what I do, and I it's not like you're out getting $1 million and getting rich, you know. You're like, all right, I made 50 cents on that bag of lures, woohoo, you know. Because everything I do, let's say if I sell a bag for $5, it costs me $3 in stuff because of the bag, the stickers, the cards, whatever, the glitter, the parasol, you know, just all your stuff. It all adds up. But then I go, all right, I'm going to take 50% of the profit and turn it around into more glitter or more, you know, dead on plastics, lure works. I have everybody's. I have 8-bit baits. I have everybody's. But I'm going to take 50% of that and I'm going to put that into that. And the other 50% is going to go to veterans. So James, I don't make any money other than I get to get, you know, all this stuff. Let me see if I can turn this camera without too much disruption. So, I get to add to this. And eventually, I'll run out, right? These producers, they do keep putting things out, but I'm going to run out. So then I was like, okay, in a year's time or so, maybe I'll make 50 cents, $1. But, I'll probably end up just turning it around and putting it into lunches for veterans or something. I don't need the money. I have a good job. I have a federal retirement, and I'm in a federal job now. So I just feel like it's giving back, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to take, combat veterans, guys like me, maybe they have PTSD, maybe they have other issues, other problems, and fishing has been my outlet for my life, my whole life since I was a little kid. Grew up, started fishing in Alaska. I know, salmon fishing in Alaska at 9 years old, till I was about 15. And I just wanted to introduce myself. I have a Facebook. And now my YouTube is going to have more bait making. It's going to have more stuff when I go out fishing, because some of the bait makers that I like to watch, I love when they go fishing. I love when they take their baits they made, they go out to the ponds, king, queen, you know who I'm talking about. SDG, man, I love you. Thanks for answering all my questions. I too am a godly man, and praise the Lord that he blessed me to survive through 24 years of the military and many, many deployments. And he's put me in a path where I can help other veterans to succeed. So I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds on that. I know there's believers and there's non-believers, and hey, you have the right to do whatever you want with your life, as short as it is. Enjoy it as much as you can. Hey, that's Vets Dream.